There's a story in Axios today that just kills me. Just the headline kills me. Trump's shadow presidency clouds Biden's final weeks. Here's the only shadow presidency that we should be talking about, and that is, who the hell is president right now? It's not him. I don't care what anybody says. It's not him. Who is the president of the United States? Interesting question. Nobody seems to want to talk about.
I mean, it's going so poorly, it's hard to believe it's not him. You know, it kind of seems like central to his governing philosophy. But I think you're right. It doesn't seem like he's really the president.
No.
And by the way, you mentioned this the other day. Where did Kamala Harris go? I haven't seen her since, I think, the day after the election.
No. Gone. Just gone. I have no idea. No idea. Now, Axios says, here's why this matters. There can only be one man who occupies the White House. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They go on, let me quote, but the norm-busting assertiveness of Donald Trump and his transition team and the rapidly fading relevance of President Biden has given the U.S. something of a two-headed presidency. No, here's what's happened. This is not a shadow presidency. This is promises kept. Okay? The world is being put on notice right now. There's a new sheriff in town. I'm not there yet, but I'm coming. Now, we can play this two ways. You can understand that the time of insanity is over, and you can start preparing right now to fix that. Or when I get into office, because I have promised the American people, I am going to fix this at lightning speed. I'm giving you the opportunity to get ahead of the curve. Because Mexico, you don't fix the drug problem, you keep shipping people across your border, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on everything you sell. I'll cripple your markets. Okay? Are you threatening? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm threatening you. I mean, that's what I would say if I were the president. Why mess around? This is what he means, what he says. Tariffs are coming. So when he calls the new president of Mexico and says that, it's not a shadow government. It's somebody saying, this is what's coming. You want to play ball or do you want to be outside? And he's doing that with almost everything. I mean, he did it with Trudeau. Yeah, I'm going to send up additional helicopters and drones to protect the border. And I'm also going to put tariffs on you, Canada. And I love Canada. You should be the 51st state. Okay? You're not playing. He's playing hardball with Trudeau. He's telling Canada, we love you. We love you. I don't have any problem. Just stop what's coming over the border because we're not doing it anymore. What is the difference between that and when Joe Biden was the elect and he was saying, we're not going to prosecute anybody? What's the difference? The difference is Donald Trump is telling heads of state, return to law and order. Joe Biden was saying, there's no law and order here. There's no sheriff in town. Soon. On foreign policy, they're criticizing. He's claimed credit for Iran's apparent decision not to retaliate against Israel for its October attack. Who doesn't believe that? Honestly, who doesn't believe that? You've gone from Joe Biden, who has made them wealthy again, given them everything they want, opened our coffers, opened our doors, allowed them to get away with anything. And the guy who just 4 years ago had them on the brink of bankruptcy, had them on the brink of internal revolution, which would have set a great people free, he's coming back. Now, you're just one of the mullahs. You might believe the, 80 or 90 or however many virgins you're getting. You might think, hey, that's coming my way. But there's also somebody else around you that's a little pragmatic that will go, yeah, but we may just be blown up ourselves. You know, at some point you ask yourself, hey, I got a pretty good life. We're making some progress. Do I really want the United States to kill me? Do I? That's what's happening in Iran. They know that this is why he is such a great negotiator. Because everyone knows. Do you know how he bought Mar-a-Lago? Mar-a-Lago, I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but it was like $30 million. It had been given to the United States by Merriweather Post in like 70-something, 72. Been given to the United States government as the Southern White House. Okay? And when Jimmy Carter got in, he says, it's too expensive to keep up. We're just going to give it back. So he gives it back. Somebody else buys it. I think it was given again to the United States as the Southern White House. They give it back again. And so Donald Trump buys it. Now, that thing was selling for, and I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but it was selling for like $30 million, something like that. It's worth so much more now. But it was $30 million and $10 million just for the furniture. This was built by E.F. Hutton and his wife, Merriweather Post, who post as in post cereal. Okay, so it's a remarkable piece of property. Donald Trump came in and said, okay, I want to buy it, but I'm not going to pay $40 million for it because it's going to take $40 million at least to get it back into shape. I want it for, I'm making the numbers up, $10 million with the furniture, or $10 million and then $2 million for the furniture. They said, no, how dare you? How dare you? Okay. So what did he do? He went and bought the little sliver of beach right across the street from the mansion. That provided the view to the ocean. And then he went back and he said, I just bought this. I'm just going to build a tall building here that I'm going to live in. It'll wreck your view. How much do you think your house is going to be worth then? They knew he meant what he said. I think he got it for $10 million total with the furniture and the house. Okay. He is known as saying what he means and means what he says. So when he says, this is going to end, yes, it ends. So there's no shadow government here. It's that the leaders of the world know he will do it. Unlike every other president that we've had, including him the first time, Americans didn't know, neither did the world. Will he actually do that? When he says, yeah, you little guy over there in North Korea, I might just have to blow you up. They now know he'll do it. He'll do it. So I really don't want to die. Also, they're saying he's not responsible for the booming stock market right now. I don't know the stock. The stock market is completely unhinged from anything real. Okay, it's way overvalued. It's ridiculous what's going on because we've been printing money and giving it to the banks, and the banks have been investing in their own companies and driving the stock market up. It's ridiculous. It's not real anymore. It's not actual capitalism. However, the first sign of capitalism that I have seen is the bump of the stock market after Donald Trump was elected, because everyone with money knew they're going to increase our corporate taxes. They're going to increase the regulations on everything we do. They're going to continue to pick winners and losers. They knew they had to say, we want to save our money and buy as much of our company as we can and hold on and don't spend any money because we have no idea what these crazy people will do. They know what Donald Trump will do because he said it and he's done it before. And it may not be in their best interest, but it will be in the best interest of their bottom line because he's going to fix the economy for the American people. meaning they will have more money to spend. And he will put the focus on American companies, not foreign companies. So, yeah. Explain crypto without Donald Trump. Crypto, has it broken 100,000 yet?
It did yesterday. Yeah, last night.
100,000.
About 102,000 right now.
So what do you think that is? What do you think that is? You know another thing he's responsible for? The pardon of Hunter Biden. Because, and the blanket pardon of no matter what he's done for 10 years. That's happening. They didn't just pardon him for the taxes and for the drugs and everything else that he was charged with. For the first time in history, I don't even know if it's legal, first time in history, they pardoned him for anything he might have done from 2014 to December 1st. Okay? Anything. You find he did anything wrong, he's pardoned for it. Why is that? Because radical transparency is coming. He's not going to go on a witch hunt. He's going to start exposing the truth by declassifying what's really been going on. Biden goes to Angola this week, and he says, we want to rebuild you. We're going to give you $1 billion. And yet there are still piles of houses 30 feet high in Appalachia. There are Americans struggling. This isn't a shadow government. This is a complete return to common sense. And the world knows the next president means it.